The foreigners have failed the test. The foreigners, professor from Germany, I'm telling you that the foreigners have failed 2 tests, according to my assessment. Number 1, they have failed my tribal test. Because in my tribe, there is no way you can say that because I have a problem, I don't care about my brother who also have the same problem. No way. In my tribe, it can never happen. Yes, I have a problem, but if my brother has a problem, I will share the ritual I have with him to solve my problem, but also address his. This is my tribal code. And this was tested when the corona was starting. Because here in East Africa, we had the problem of sanitizers. Ugandans drink a certain strong gin from bananas called waragi. It's a strong gin, they normally poison themselves with it, and they like it. But that gin, if you distill it more, it produces a very good sanitizer. So when the crisis started, only Uganda was producing sanitizers in East Africa. So some of my people said, we should not allow East Africa to import the sanitizer because we need it. I said, no. In my tribe, that's not allowed. What you should do, you can say you keep like 40% for yourselves, but let the 60% be shared by the East Africans. That was my tribal constitution. I cannot. So the foreigners have failed. 0 marks on my tribal code. But they have also failed on the Christian. You remember, I had a rumor that there were Christians in the world. That's what we hear. We hear that there are Christians in America, there are Christians in Europe, there are Christians. These people have failed on the Christian test. So we are going to look for the vaccine for the short run, but also they have failed on the test of strategy, because we now know that they don't care about us. Thank you very much. Yes, some of us may die, but our children will now know that these are not people to depend on. So, 3 failures: tribal, Christian, strategic. But if they can repent, quickly, repent and say, please, the vaccines are here. Find a way of covering up. So that, we didn't know they were busy, they were occupied. We can see how to cover them up. I am told the Cuban vaccine has been validated by the WHO, by Dr. Tedros. One of my people told me. So if the Cuban vaccine has been validated, then, because the Cubans are part of our group. They are partly Africans. So then we shall see which of these people want to redeem themselves, because this is a big shame on them. they need redemption. But this is the last, as far as Uganda is concerned, this is the last time we shall be in this type of situation. We shall develop our own capacity. And God is also on the side of the unlucky. We may also get other solutions because we seem to be moving quite well on the therapeutic.
On the vaccine, of course, as you rightly said, some people call it vaccine apartheid, others call it vaccine nationalism. But as I said in my speech, it's very clear that there is vaccine inequity. And that's causing a two-track pandemic because some countries have better access to vaccines and their situation is getting better. Others, low-income countries who don't have access to vaccines, their situation is deteriorating. So I fully agree with His Excellency the President when he says, let's use this as a wake-up call. And in my speech also I said, Africa should not really depend on others for essential things like vaccines, not only COVID vaccines, but even other vaccines too. So we need to invest in Africa, and it can be done. And I fully agree also, I have seen the potential when I visited Uganda Virus Research Institute in June 2019. I have seen many good things that really can help Uganda and can help Africa to do better in, identifying, starting from testing viruses and developing the tools to fight them. When I visited the Virus Institute, my attention was on Ebola. And as you know, Uganda Virus Research Institute actually has contributed a lot for Ebola. As you know, when we had the pandemic in DRC, this was the Ebola epidemic in DRC, North Kivu. I have been to the outbreak area, to Butembo, to Katwa and other places. And the experience that was gained in Uganda actually helped. And that's why the virus didn't go out of control like it did in Western Africa in 2014. Because of the knowledge that we gained, Uganda also contributed. We fought better in DRC. Of course, that was the reason that gives you the hope that Africa can do and can do its share and can be can address its problems than depend on others. So I agree on that. And that's why we're helping countries now in our continent, as you also said, Your Excellency the President, in connecting them with developers and with manufacturers to work with African countries to start the development of vaccines. We have the hub now in WHO, and we're trying to connect Africa with others so they can do it as a joint venture. So that's an investment that we will continue from WHO side to help. So it can have impact in the medium term, and it can have impact in the long term. But when we talk about investment in vaccines, I also believe that it has to be part of the bigger vision of a country in manufacturing industry. That's part of a bigger vision, as Your Excellency says, of a national development. Because You know, from the capacity that we have now, we may not be able to do more than fill and finish. But if we're going to do beyond, we need to have investment in chemical industries, big industries that can produce active ingredients. And that can help to move Africa not only to do fill and finish, but beyond. So that's why I'm saying it has to be part of a bigger vision, a national development, a manufacturing industry, industrial zones, chemical industries that can then help with vaccines or other pharmaceutical products. But for the immediate, since that's for the medium and long term, for the immediate, since it takes to develop vaccines, to fight this pandemic, we need to have, you know, the world should share the vaccines that, from the vaccines that we have. Because unless we share now, there will be more cases and more deaths. And the market is failing. You say you can buy, Your Excellency, vaccines, and I'm happy you said that. But the problem now is, even if you have money, you cannot buy vaccines, because the vaccines is already being hoarded by those who can pay more. So in the short term, we have to address the market failure. And the market failure can be addressed by sharing. Of course, then at the same time, start investing for the medium and long term. So that's what we're proposing from WHO side. And I fully agree with you. And thank you so much, by the way, to have this platform with you. And I know the consistency and the passion, the commitment you have, you know, in making Africa address its own problems. And that's the right mindset. It has to start from really improving our mindset. And that's what I know you have been doing for many years from my own experience. Thank you so much, and back to you, Professor Barnabas.
Thank you very much, Director General. Your Excellency, I was one time very angry, and I'm sure very many Africans were very angry, when some very powerful person was trying to blame Dr. Tedros for the spread of COVID-19. We said, "Are you sure?" But thank you very much for standing firm, Dr. Tedros. We are proud of you. Your Excellency, I think now you could respond to what Dr. Tedros said.
Of course, in the short run, we shall see who can sell us the vaccine. Because this is just immediate to fire brigade now. But I can assure you, for Uganda, in 1 year, 1.5, we shall never again be in such a situation. If we can buy from some people, if they want to sell, more importantly, we are developing our own vaccine. And I've been following every day what our people are doing. And they can do it. They have the knowledge. We have trained you. Many of you are highly educated. Ugandans started education long ago, modern education. The only little issue I would like to ask from our German friends and other friends, if they want to help, are sometimes the raw materials for this vaccine. Because of the economies of scale, sometimes it is not economic to produce every raw material, every input. It is sometimes cheaper and quicker to get some of the inputs from outside. So give us those inputs. But my people have been getting problems. It seems some people don't want Africa to stand up. So I'm glad you have this organization. You discuss frankly, let's get the support of we shall pay. We don't want to we don't. For me, I don't want any donation. No, I will pay. But if I want my people, for instance, I will give you one example. My people wanted cells to grow the virus here. These cells apparently originally came from the African green monkey. Apparently it has got, the green monkey has got some cells which are good for growing the virus. So, clever outsiders took the cells and multiplied them. So when I quarreled with my people, you people, how can you sit here as if you are imbeciles? That we are dying, we are waiting for foreigners to come and save us. We shall die until the foreigners come to save us. What sort of people are you? And you are trained. It is the orientation. It is a slave mentality. My people now started trying to get the cells now. They are nowhere in Africa. You can imagine in the whole of Africa, there were no these green monkey cells, which originally came from Africa. And my people started looking here, looking there, looking there. A lot of struggle. And some were wondering, you Africa, what do you want the cells for? You stay there and wait for other people to make the vaccines. I said, no. We must get them. If we don't get them from the ones we think are friends, we shall find another way of getting them. And we got them. So my people now are moving. But they need some other raw materials. Even this morning I was checking with them. Please, if you really want to help Africa, get us those raw materials. We shall pay. I don't want any help from anybody. I will pay. I will pay for the vaccine if it is already done. I will pay for the raw materials. And in the next 1.5 years, we shall be standing up in all these areas. We shall be having our own vaccine. We shall be having, we already have our own diagnostics. We already have the therapeutics. The therapeutics. We may help the world. We are moving very well there. The therapeutics. So therefore, for me, there is this prepared speech here where I say, I'm happy to see you and so on. But I'm telling you my thinking now. So, that's what I would like to say. Yes, in the short run, if they can, good. But they haven't. Because if we had vaccinated, we wouldn't get this second wave. Because for us, we had controlled the first wave. Only 300 people died in the first wave. In 1.5 years, only 300 people. Now, I think we have gone to 800, a total of 800 now, because of missing out on the vaccine. So, we are ready, but we have learned. Of course, for me, I knew. The only thing is to convince all these people here that you people, Sabagamba. Sabagamba in Germany is, did I not tell you? Did I not tell you that you should depend on yourselves? That's really the issue.
Of belief, which you call Christian, and most importantly, is a question of a good brain which you call strategic. And you are quite right, the world failed. But it also tells us a lesson, the exact lesson which you are alluding to. We have to be strong individually and regionally, but we also have to work together globally. And with that, I would like to stimulate that the M8 Alliance and also the Ugandan government, represented by yourself, and maybe Dr. Tedros by the WHO and my co-president Charles Iwingira, that we push for a Kampala declaration addressing exactly these issues and asking for the world to take the lesson from these events.
Thank you. No, thank you so much. I think I have taken a lot of time today, and such a great honor. And I would like again to thank Uganda for hosting this event, and for His Excellency the President. To His Excellency the President for his leadership. One thing I would like to say is that I fully agree with the President of the World Health Summit's recommendation, that's to have a declaration of the meeting, and would be happy to support in any way possible. As you may know, I am the patron of the World Health Summit, and I fully concur. And the declaration can help us also in the October meeting of the World Health Summit in Berlin. And thank you also to Germany for helping in having this first ever regional meeting in Uganda. Vielen Dank, Your Excellency Ambassador. Thank you so much.